So we had a very brief day in court today, just a morning session. We ended early, even before the traditional lunch break. Roger Dixon, the geologist who was testifying about ballistics, blood spatter, photography, light, sound, everything except his speciality, it seems, was on the stand again for a further mauling by Gerrie Nel, who sent him home to do his homework and to bring in a series of photographs back in court. There was more of that today. We got down to a sense of what his argument is. Even though he is not a wound ballistic expert, nor is he a ballistic expert, he nevertheless bravely went forth and contradicted the evidence of Captain Chris Mangena, a more assured witness you probably could not have found for the state's version. Now, Captain Mangena testified very importantly that Reeva Steenkamp, the first bullet struck her in the hip. The second ricocheted, missed, causing abrasions and bruising on her back. The third bullet and the fourth bullet hit her arm and her skull, and that in that process her hand was shattered. They're not sure of the exact order. But the important thing, as Mangena testified, is that there was a pause between the first and second bullet, allowing Reeva Steenkamp time to scream. Dixon said that after reading the reports, he believed that the first bullet struck her hip, but that Reeva Steenkamp was leaning with her shoulder towards the door as if she was about to leave the toilet, not as if she was facing it head on, as the prosecution asserts, talking to Pistorius, possibly still having that argument that they believe happened before she was shot. So that she was leaning to the right, the first bullet hit her hip, that the second bullet struck her arm, and that as she was falling, the third bullet missed and the fourth hit her skull as she was falling, and that it all happened so quickly and so instantly that there would have been no time to scream, that this was rapid, quick-fire succession. So once again, we had Nel poking holes at his argument, challenging his expertise and his ability as a witness. Dixon also says that he doesn't own a television, he doesn't buy newspapers, nor does he listen to radio, and has not followed this trial. But then it emerged that he does indeed have a Facebook account and is active on it, and Twitter, and has been following at least journalists who are covering the trial on his Twitter handle. I'll read you from his Facebook posting that happened just today. Third day in court today. Let's see how much of my credibility, integrity, and professional reputation is destroyed. It is difficult to get belief in those who will not listen, because it is not what he wants to hear. And he said after today's testimony, he was off to have a beer. I think he may need more than one of those after the mauling that he received from Gerrie Nel. The prosecution then ended its cross-examination. We had a few questions from Barry Rue. They were then supposed to call their next witness, but they said that given the fact that there was not a lot of time left in the day, they didn't want to start his evidence in chief and not be able to finish it in its entirety. So court was adjourned until the 5th of May, when it will reconvene, possibly even starting earlier that week, to make up for some of the time that may have been lost today.